and it's only going to be better at that end of the floor. Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert, teammates last year, and it's got to be strange for Derek Favors this early to face guys that he was suiting up with last year.
You know what this looks like, Joe? It looks like a preseason game.
They're dry. The lob for Gobert. Mike Conley, they're going to be in rhythm right away. The two-time Defensive Player of the Year the last 2 seasons. Brandon Ingram. And he gets it. But here's a guy, if things go well, he could be the guy leading this team in scoring. Season telecast for this franchise. Ingram, tough break. Zion after it. Right back at it.
I tell you.
You got it.
He knows where to put himself to be successful.
To make his way to the league.
Great story, yeah.
Zion flipping a 3. Yes!
Okay, so you know what I don't want to hear tomorrow? Zion did not take a shot out of 3 feet. Rise above the hate, young man. I love it. I love it.
The rotation didn't look bad, did it?
Not at all.
And the confidence will be growing. Conley on the penetration and a nice pivot. His knees. It's not like he had to take a jumper because nobody was at home.
Right.
But he really used his legs. He bent his knees. Conley pulling it up. Mike Conley averaged 21 a game last year for the Memphis Grizzlies, the only franchise he has ever known. And now he's got 2 years left, this year and next season, on his agreement. Lonzo Ball, the reverse, and he'll get the roll.
Tell you what, that is a young man right there that believes in his skill set. He does. He believes in what he can do. Again, the ball gets right to the middle of the floor. You have to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor.
As Favors clears it away. Still 10 on the shot clock. Jackson had a good job. He used his body to get Jordan Niang out of the way. The double clutcher stays with it. And will he lose it? No. Zion protected it beautifully against Gobert.
I'm going to tell you again. He can go above you.
He always looks to get it up early. Zion, and he tried to get it into Derek Favors, but left his feet. Nowhere to go. Bogdanovich again. And Gobert. Points off the takeaway. Yeah. 8 of 20 from beyond the arc. It's 7 of 12 for Utah. Gobert. And Jackson Hayes will get used to that. You got to be glued on Gobert.
You know what? Bogdanovich also knows that he has Rudy Gobert behind him.
Follow away. Can't defend it.
Can't defend that.
When you get that close.
But not defend that. Great hands by Kenny Hustle. Great hands by Kenny Hustle.
Well, let's see if they get multiple stops now. Ingram again. Got the space.
There you go.
Makes him pay.
These Pelicans fans are going to be in for a treat. Because that young man can score the basketball.
Nobody on Bogdanovich. Only 6 turnovers compared to 11. There's Hayes. And how about the bank over Gobert? I think he rolled it just
that was
cupped it and rolled it off his fingertips on the right
catch
side.
And finish.
Conley for the easy one.
Right.
They're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be dramatic. Jackson Hayes put his body into Gobert again. And it's 9 of 14 from beyond the arc for Utah.
And they're good looks, too. Really good looks.
Lonzo Ball inside the arc. Brandon Ingram, you saw him in the mid-range game. They're going to mismatch inside. He'll be outside. Lonzo Ball right in front of him. Not off to the side anymore, is it? J.J. Redick out there to start the second half with Melly. J.J. Beautiful pass. Brandon Ingram. And points off takeaways are making a difference for the Pels. Deflection. Brandon Ingram took it away from Bogdanovich. And the bucket.
There you go. Defense to offense.
Then you're right. Once you gain confidence and the form is there, little flip. Donovan Mitchell. Conley's going to mean a lot to Donovan Mitchell on the deflection. Melly. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Zion on his way.
There he goes.
He can finish.
2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Zion's up to a dozen on 4 of 6 from the field. They'll also get to the free throw line. Bogdanovich, total breakdown.
On that play right there, Melly has to give some help.
So crossover, loses angles. Zion stays with for the hammer.
I'm going to say it again, Joe. That's not normal. That's not normal. You don't shoot it and then go get it that fast before anybody else gets off the floor.
So you think he's got some hops?
I think
Second hops. Going to be Conley again, corner 3, and that's burned him all night long.
Have to be willing to sacrifice something to be special.
Ingles coming off the Gobert screen. And boy, that's a skip. Jeff Green filling it up. It's amazing. Now they're 13 of 22 from beyond the arc, and it was a turnover. Not many for the Pels so far. Frank Jackson, mid-range. They walked away.
Excellent patience by Frank.
Conley a lot with Donovan Mitchell. Get those two familiar. And Davis with Royce O'Neal on the wing. Rat-a-tat-tat, like everything else. 89-83.
The difference in shot selection from the Utah Jazz as the shots that they're getting right now. Look at the shots that they're getting as opposed to the shots that the Pels are getting.
And they're moving to a good spacing, a good ball movement. And Niang gets his first buck area up against Betts. Frank Jackson, good stroke.
And just give Jackson Hayes an opportunity to get the offensive glass.
The skip, Niang. The spacing of Utah right now with their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 14.
Excellent cross-court pass by Joe Ingles. That's not an easy shot.
No.
It's not an easy pass at all.
Got to go. He will. And Jackson gets it. A more palatable finish to the third for the Pels.
That's all you can ask. He's playing really hard.
Joe Ingles and Utah starts with it, and out of the timeout, Jeff Green gets a layup. That's an ATO for Quinn Snyder. Exactly what they wanted off the weak side rub. Quick corner
That's
three.
Good ball movement.
You
That's
said
good
it.
ball movement.
Josh Hart got to take it with you. Owning all over him. And going back to Zion, who's grabbed by Ed Davis. Gets the opportunity off the glass and going to the free throw line. Frank Jackson was glue on his hip. Zion up against Ed Davis. And he'll bank it home again. Ed
young man is
Davis
strong.
can't do a thing about it.
That young man is strong. Say it again.
Preseason, but don't tell them that. Niang, he's got the size advantage. Doesn't get the roll, but finishing. Tony Bradley, young man from North Carolina who just checked into the game, the big guy.
Miscommunication defensively. When you switch.
Zion up against Bradley, gets to the hole again. 1 point game. Now the Pels. Zion all the way to the rack and all the way to the free throw line. First lead for the Pels since way back in the second quarter.
I don't want to hear it, Joe. This young man is impressive. Tough shot. Backing up to the three-point line as well.
He was 58th overall. Guy that grew up. And how about that flip with the left hand? Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now the spacing. Alexander-Walker up against the big. And the mid-range. Sweet. 4 point game.
That.
Bradley dropping it to Tony Bradley. And the big guy from North Carolina. He got where he wanted to go, didn't he? You know Josh Gray from LSU. He got there.
There you go.
He knows how to finish.
There you go.
117, 111. Wanted to go back to Bradley. It'll be Kidd. And he's got the triple.
That's a good look.
Stanton Kidd out of Colorado State, a rookie. Bradley. And on the dive, easy one for Kidd. 117, 116, 4.5 to play. On the turnover.
Yes.
Takeaway. On the break.
Good pass.
Good pass.
Good
Cheatham on the
pass.
finish. On the backdoor run. Good spacing. Williams-Goss filling it up, and it's all even at 119. It's been a lot of fun tonight. Taken away, yes. Jackson Hayes, numbers for the Pels. And Cheatham on the lob. How about that? Going away for the pick. How about the pass? Got away. Now an opportunity, points off a turnover to lead with 40 seconds left. Howard and the points off turnover. It is Bradley finishing it up. Low percentage pass at the other end for the Pels. Adams will bring it in. Josh Gray. And what's it going to be off the pick? And off the glass.
Let's go, Jimmy. Let's go, Jimmy.
Did it get to the glass? They're going to look at it. That may have been a clean block. The judge. It's a good take by Bess.
That's a bucket. I don't know. I think that's a bucket. I may be wrong.
You know, it could have been coming down.
Tough,
I think he got it before the call stands.
It was. That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought.
I like your eyes better than mine. It was at .5. Alvin's not exactly happy. And now the pass into the corner, and it's a little high and outside. They'll get it in. It is over, and the Pels are 3-0. And all these young guys won't forget this.
They shouldn't. Wish they shouldn't.
That's it.